We've been in lockdown for 7 months, but Joel's been underground for 7 years. Man, it must feel good to get out of that bunker. Love and Monsters is one of the few movies willing to brave an intra-COVID release. While most major releases are being pushed back, this one pushed forward and released in limited theaters and on video on demand, currently going for $20 on Vudu, Prime Video, and the iTunes Store. Love and Monsters is about a 20-something guy named Joel, who is the perfect replica of Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon, who's been living underground in a pretty awesome bunker since the monster apocalypse happened 7 years ago. The monsters are basically mutated bugs and small animals that were hit with an unknown radioactive chemical after the military uses some kind of dirty bombs to blow up a meteor heading for Earth. 95% of the world's population is dead, and now these radioactive monsters rule the Earth like modern-day dinosaurs. Now Joel takes it upon himself to leave the bunker and travel 85 miles on the surface to another bunker where he, just weeks ago, found his high school girlfriend still alive. And let me just say that being cooped up at home for the last 7 months in the real world, watching Joel leave the bunker took on a whole new meaning for me. The trip takes him 7 days, and along the way he finds help from a few characters from other post-apocalypse movies. There's Boy, played by the dog from Mad Max, Clyde, played by Tallahassee from Zombieland, along with his adopted daughter Minnow, and a robot named Mavis, with a 1 where the eye goes, played by Eve from WALL-E. All that to say, there's a lot of nods to other post-apocalypse films in this movie. And why is there a robot in this movie? She literally has nothing to do. Alright, let's talk about the good. This movie is a classic adventure story with some inventive monsters and a fresh look at the post-apocalypse genre. The world building was very detailed, and the special effects held together pretty well, except for this one shot with the dog. Other than that, pretty good. The production design throughout this film is absolutely on point, as is the cinematography. I think it's really beautifully done. And they even left the colors very natural to make this feel like Earth and not some imaginative other world. Oh, and Boy the dog is an absolute treat. 2 paws up for Boy. Good boy. The creatures in this movie are fun, even if they are sometimes killed a little too easy, which makes you wonder how they managed to kill most of humankind. But Joel, who's played by Dylan O'Brien, is sometimes a little too removed to play up the stakes of the film.
All right, well, this is it.
With the only time we really feel like there's danger being when the dog gets himself in trouble and Joel has to figure out a way to save him. The journey Joel takes in Love and Monsters includes having to get over his paralyzing fear, which renders him useless in extreme situations. But it's not like he's a coward, because early on in the movie he runs straight into danger to try to help his friends, regardless of how afraid he is. And isn't that what bravery is?
Joel! They need help. I'm going.
Joel, wait!
But regardless, his freezing falls somewhere in between being played for horror and played for comedy, and it ends up being neither. What we're given in Love and Monsters is a cartoony adventure filled with caricatures of other movie tropes and exactly 0 relationships that seem real. Right from the very beginning, we get a feeling that Joel's old girlfriend, while excited he's alive, may not have spent the last 7 years pining back the way Joel has for her.
You know what I wish sometimes?
What?
That I could like snap my fingers and be back in that car with you.
Too bad it's, impossible.
I'm just glad they gave us a dog so that we could care about something in this film. Oh boy, what a good dog. Yeah, go save that dress. What a good boy. The dog. I think that fans of lighter post-apocalypse films like Maze Runner and Zombieland are gonna love this movie. It's a fun, fresh take on the end of the world and will leave you feeling good about the world and the people in it rather than in existential dread. I don't think hardcore dark reality post-apocalypse fans are gonna enjoy this as much. But you can always go watch The Road again and then promptly go die alone in a hole somewhere. Man, that movie was depressing. If you've got a PG-13 family who's absolutely dying for some new entertainment, then Love and Monsters is definitely worth the $20, especially for younger viewers. But for those of you quarantining alone, I'd probably wait for the subscription included release on Netflix or Prime or wherever it ends up, because they all end up somewhere. But I also don't regret having seen it. It was kind of fun. If you've already seen Love and Monsters, let me know how you liked it in the comments below, and also tell me what your favorite post-apocalypse movie from 2020 was, because I'm sure we could all use something we missed right now. Subscribe if you haven't yet, leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time, survivors. Until then, stay alive.